Hololive, it's me, Tokkuri Yashi, and welcome to part 3 of our newer player guide. Today we're going to be having a look at the elemental system and more premium characters, limited characters and prefest characters. Where do we want to be spending those jewels to be building the best teams we can, the best elemental teams that we can? So let's go and have a look at elements first of all. As I'm sure you've already seen here, every character has been put on an element. This is a newer mechanic in the game. I say newer, it's been in about a year and a half. Each character is on one of these 5 elemental teams, and what bonus does that give them? Well, when you go into a fight, into a mode, you will be getting extra damage based on the amount of characters you have on that elemental team. As you can see here, in normal West mode, if you have 2 or more characters, you will be getting these kind of buffs. So if you have 5 characters of the same element, you get the highest buff to damage there. Other modes are a lot more dependent on this elemental system, like Abyss Battle, like Clown Battle, and Deep Quest. As if we have a look at Deep Quest here, we go into one of the stages here. 5 characters, look at that, 552% damage buff there for 5 characters of the same element. So this is very important for this to have a team of 5 of the same element to take on these modes. Some modes, elemental boosts like this don't apply, like PvP, but it has become a big part of the game. So how do we boost our elemental characters' strength? Well, there's lots of different ways. In this Princess Knight enhancement, we can boost their strength. A lot of these use materials that we get from end game content. In here it's elemental spheres. If you get them, just use them all up here. Get this number as high as you can. You can get some of these from the story, the current story event. Other places you can get them from as well. But try to get as many as you can and boost up these elemental skills here. We've got this elemental tree as well. The same, this is the shards, the elemental shards. These just give extra buffs to characters on that element. So get as high as you can on here. Masterpieces, primarily we get these from summoning. 3 masterpieces for a new character. But again, you can get them from other places like story events and with connect coins, which you also get from summoning. If you have them, build up this master skills tree. Role mastery is also a little bit newer. A new event should be coming out after I recorded this video. Another way to get these mastery gotcha tickets, but we get them for logging in every day. Come in here, go onto the mastery gotcha ticket, use all your tickets in here, and then come back in here and just build these as high as you can. You may want to untick this box here, because this allows you to use your tickets that you get from the gotcha, which will, it's like the ores, they will substitute for anything. So I would be a little careful of using them. But there we go, that is the elemental system in a bit of a nutshell. So what are elemental teams and what do they look like? Which characters should we be summoning for? Well, for that we can have a look at this website here. I'll have it linked up in the description. Again, this is a Worry Chef's guide for the Deep Quest modes. One thing you could always do is come in here. I would say look at tier 7 because that's the one that's been updated the most recently. Look at the characters for each of these elements that I used most frequently. That will give you a bit of a good guide as what are the better characters to be trying to get with your stones when they return. I think with limited characters, they will only return twice a year, which means it could be a little bit of a wait before you can get them again. Well, this is where a newer player will be at a much bigger disadvantage from a long time player. You'll have missed quite a few banners, and you won't have a bit of a collection of characters which can help with these elemental teams. So if I bring this up here, this is kind of a summary of the top characters for each elemental team to give you a bit of an idea of who you want to try to be targeting when their retained banners come. Although I might say for a newer player, try focusing on new releases and try not to rely too much on returns, although there are a few returns characters that are probably quite crucial. So this here is Dark Magic. Try to get all those characters that are up there in the core unit. Fringe units can be helpful. This is Dark Physical. Again, core units, these are the ones you want to be trying to aim for. We've got Fire Magic here. A bit of a premium team here. This one will be pretty hard for any new player to try to build. But these are the characters you want to try and get if you wanted to. Here is a Fire Physical team. Some characters are quite easy to grab, others are very difficult to get. We've got Light Magic here. I haven't really had many buffs for Light Magic in the last few months, so maybe we're going to be getting something from them soon. Light Physical did have a few buffs recently. Aoi there and Samugi are newer characters on this team. Maybe this Magical Girl moniker might be able to move off a little bit. We have got the Misato there, New Year's Misato, who is magic but works better on a physical team. Here is Water Magical, and these are the characters you should be aiming for. Then again, a lot of premium characters up there at the top which don't return very often. Here is the Water Physical team. The latest addition to this is this Xmas Christina, who got a unique equipment too, which made her rather strong. Then we have got Wind Magic. It's Chico and Ranfa there, and Theo, who is a magical character, works very well on the magical and the physical Wind Physical team as well. So there we go. That is a bit of a guide to the top characters on each of the elemental teams, the ones that you should try to be getting if you can on returns banners. And the other set of characters on there that are probably a little easier to get because they return 5 times a year are Prefest characters. So here is my old Prefest tier list that I did only a few months ago in March when Theo was released. Give you a bit of an idea of which Prefest characters you want to be targeting. So any one of those top 4 in that top priority you really want to get on your account. A few changes since then maybe have happened. Violet has been released. I think I will put her somewhere around there. And Ranfa here has got a unique equipment, so I think she will also move up a little bit as well. So any character in the top 3 tiers here will be very valuable to get. If you are a new player, you've probably already done it now, but if you're a very new player, there will be a Prefest banner for the first 3 days of your new account. Looks something like this. I would only advise going to Pity once on this. Going to Pity, that's 30k jewels to do 20 multi-summons, and when you've done that, you'll go to Pity, and you'll be able to pick one of these characters as Pity for free on there. So what I would say for Prefest characters is target the top characters on here. It's the end of December, February, April, June and August when we have been getting Prefest banners. So it's 5 times a year. I would then, as a newer player, you've got a few jewels saved up, go to Pity on them. Hopefully you get the new Prefest character before you get to Pity, and then you can pick one of these characters from that Pity, but only go to on Pity once on each. You need to be a little bit patient. You have 5 attempts at this a year, and then you will soon be able to start building up these characters. Depending on which elements you want to work on most, might depend on who you pick. If you really want to run a wind team, you definitely want Theo there. If you're wanting to run a water physical team, for example, maybe this Princess Sheffy. If you are going to try, if you're trying to build a fire physical team, then Christina here might be one of the top picks of you. So that is going to be dependent on you and on your account. So there we go. That is a quick look at all of the premium characters and banners that are coming up, Prefest characters to target. I will be doing videos on every new character that comes out with a bit of an overview of what they do, which teams they're in. Maybe as a newer player, you're going to have to pick some of the elemental teams to work on, because there is a physical side and a magical side. Maybe one for each element, either magical or physical. Whichever one you're lucky enough to get most of these characters on, the Prefest banners that you've already summoned on, and try your best to build up some of these teams. So hopefully that was a little bit helpful. Again, any comments or questions are welcome in the comments. I am Tokkuri Yashi. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all again for another video. Bye 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 bye. Hey!